less important than you need to know is that if the jammer wants to, she can pass her helmet cover to the pivot. Again, this is the blocker right or strike. This is called a star pass. If this happens, the pivot will take over as the jammer, and the jammer becomes the blocker for the remainder of the jam. Lead jammer status does not transfer to the pivot. Are you guys ready to see this happen for real? Excellent. As soon as our officials are ready, like that and calls it off. Looks like she's picked up 2 points. We've got 2 points on the board for Koshu and the Dirty Horse in that first jam. 3 points. My bad. 3 points on the board for the Dirty Horse in the first jam. That's an official timeout. This usually means that the officials just need a second to fix something. Sometimes when you start a game, the scoreboard can be a little finicky, or just things need to get worked out at the beginning of the game. It takes 7 skating reps and a whole host of other non-skating officials to make the game happen. But always the scoreboard is sorry, the scoreboard can sometimes be the most unreliable part of the team. It just has a mind of its own. So before we get started with the second jam, I will go ahead and talk to you guys about the raffles that we have going on today. If you look over by the teal cvrd flag in the corner of the rink, you'll find our raffle booth. They have raffle tickets over there. They're 1 for $1, 6 for $5, or $20 for an arm's length. And you can put your tickets in whichever bucket that you want. And there's a whole bunch of stuff over there. There's tons of gift cards from local businesses, including the Brewing Project, the Expo, the Lake League, Infinity Wines. There's a paddling adventure from Eau Claire Outdoors. I think there are some tickets to the Eau Claire Express, some gift cards from High-Low Skating Center over there for our sponsors and our practice space. I think there's some cvrd swag, some golfing package from Hickory Hills, and some swag bags from Office Boutique, Borderfit, and the Evelyn Salon. So you should go over there and pick up your raffle tickets. You can also get from Toxic Hell, if you see her wearing a sparkly purple outfit, there she is. If you see Toxic Hell, you can get your raffle tickets from her. She's also selling Without Shouts for $1. If you want to send some words of encouragement to your favorite skater, or pretty much anything you want to say that is appropriate for an audience, you give her $1. She will give you a piece of paper to write down what you want to say. She'll bring it out to you and read it out to the audience. So just keep it family friendly as always. And see Toxic Hell for your shout out needs. Sounds like we're almost ready to get going here. It looks like the Dirty Horse. Put number 8 out there, that's Delicious, jamming for the Dirty Horse. And I think that's Steph Leopard, jamming for cvrd. The Horse have picked up lead jam. Dirty Horse now in for a scoring pass. That is on the right pass. There you go. So nice blocking at the front of the pack. Hold it, step back. That allows the Dirty Horse to pick up 4 points. And so your track cut penalty is nice 2-step. She's going to go take a seat in the box for 30 seconds. This is going to put the Dirty Horse in what we call a power jam situation. It just means you're the only jammer on the track, but it means you're the only one who has the opportunity to score points right now. So it's always 30 seconds with the other jammer in the box is the most golden time you're going to get. Another 4 points on the board for the Dirty Horse. She comes in for another scoring run. Hit there at the front of the pack by Pitbull and Slammer. She does make it by. Puts up another 4 points for the Dirty Horse. Big scoring run so far. Delicious. And Steph has now returned out of the penalty box. She's back there at the pack. As Licious picks up another 4 points for for the Dirty Horse. Looks like Steph has cleared her initial pass. Both jammers are still eligible to score points. Even if you're not lead jam, you can still score points. So we'll see what Licious decides to do here. She sees Steph coming up behind her and decides to call off the jam. No points for cvrd in that last jam. That was a good scoring pass for the Dirty Horse, though. 3 more points up on the board. cvrd calling for their first timeout. Going to take a quick second to reset here. So while they go ahead and talk about official stuff, we're going to go ahead and talk about the official home of Triple Valley Roller Derby. That's going to be the High Rollers Aiding Center of Eau Claire. Ever since, I believe it was 2021, cvrd has been skating as High Roller. So happy to have them as our home. Another official sponsor of cvrd is going to be Ambient Inks. They provide all of our merchandise. Some of you over there see all that high quality t-shirts. Those are all provided to cvrd by Volume 1.
I'll make a note.
Alright, looks like we're about ready to return to roller derby. 1 minute timeout is now up. Looks like the Dirty Horse are putting number 22, that's Savage, going to be jamming in green, and that's 222. A lot of 2s out there today. That's Scuttlebutt. Scuttlebutt going to be taking the jam line for cvrd. They're going to do what they can to see if they can try and stop Savage. A little bit of a pile up there on the outside of the track. Scuttle cuts her way through the pack, putting up 4 points on the board for cvrd. cvrd Walker's doing a great job reforming there, and by the time they're ready to capture that jammer and see if they can get a hold of her back. That's number 500, Laura Lambert, doing a nice job there holding back Scuttle. Somebody's going to the box for penalty, although I'm not quite sure what for. Oh, we got kind of a full box. It looks like we've got Rami seated in the box for the Horse, and that's jump threat and stuff double. When you see skaters standing in the penalty box, that means they have 10 seconds or less left in the penalty before they are released. You hear them yelling, jammer standing, that should be back on the track in about 10 seconds. I'm seeing a multiplayer block being assessed to number 626, that's Blue Stitches. Multiplayer essentially means you can't link arms to somebody and make an impenetrable link between you. The jammer has to be able to punch her way through, and if you're gripping onto somebody or linking in a way that they can't, that's what we call the multiplayer block. 4 more points up on the board for the Dirty Horse. We are in a power jam situation, as Scuttlebutt is currently seated in the penalty box. That means this jam is going to go the full 2 minutes. If the jammer is in the penalty box at the beginning of the next jam, she will stay there, which it looks like that's not going to happen. So this is going to have the Dirty Horse starting a new power jam on the next one. I think we're seeing 4 more points up on the board for cvrd, and I think that's 3 for the Dirty Horse. It looks like the Dirty Horse is putting up Captain Cordelia on the jam line, and that's number 138, Vern Galley, jamming for cvrd. Cordelia doing a nice job pushing there at the front of the pack against our all black blockers. If you see a skater standing there with their arms up, usually they're doing what we like to call bridging. Essentially, the blockers have to stay together in what is called a pack, and the pack is defined as the largest group of skaters from both teams, and they have to stay within 10 feet of each other. So sometimes you see them stretch out the track like that, and do what we call a bridge. cvrd, Fern Galley, have picked up the jam. Looks like Pickle's going to take a seat in the box score direction of gameplay penalty. You are allowed to skate both ways on the track. You cannot make impact with someone when you are going clockwise on the track. 4 more points on the board for cvrd and Fern. Cordelia still doing a nice job here at the front of the pack, trying to do some juking around this slammer and Lori. 4 more points up on the board for Fern, and she takes by the inside. Fern now in for another scoring run. She takes the inside line. She is tapped back in, so she's got to go in behind the skater who hit her out. She does call off the jam. Puts 1 more points up on the board for cvrd. 9 points in that last jam. The score is presently sitting at 29 for the Dirty Oars, 17 points on the board for cvrd. That's Koshu jamming for the Dirty Oars against number 44, TNT on Taylor jam line for cvrd. Dirty Oars jam is also out of the pack. The team is going to come to the back. Pulls off the jam. 4 points on the board for Tina. The Dirty Oars jam just being out 1 point there for Koshu and the Dirty Oars. Looks like you're going to see Licious jamming for the Dirty Oars, and that's number 15, Steph Leopard, taking the line for cvrd. Licious doing a great job. She skates right by the inside line, picks up the jam for the Dirty Oars. Steph takes it to the side there for front of the pack. There we go. Steph is going to go take a seat in the penalty box. That's going to leave Licious and the Oars in a power jam situation. 30 seconds. 4 more points up on the board for the Dirty Oars. And there we go. Licious making her way through the pack. Puts up another 4 points on the board for the team in green, the Dirty Oars. Big impact there at the back of the pack. Licious does pick up another 4 points. Steph is still trying to make her way through on her initial pass. She does make it. She's now completed her initial pass. She is eligible to score points. Orrs presently sitting at 37 points on the board for cvrd, 58 on the board for the 30 Orrs. Both teams are down one blocker, it looks like, in the penalty box. Looks like that's Kurt Galley jamming for cvrd, and I believe that's Captain Cordelia for the 30 Orrs. Burton has managed to pick up lead jam. She is dragged to the back of the pack there by Rager. She does still have to go through this lap before she starts scoring points. Nice job there from Captain Cordelia. Both jammers now out of the pack and on their scoring pass. You'll see typically when this happens, the pack will kind of speed up a little bit and then they'll try to stop and slow down and capture those jammers as they try to slip through. First manages to make a buy. She puts up 4 more points on the board for cvrd. Cordelia is still there at the back of the pack. Looks like Dirty Orrs doing a nice job there, trying to break up that wall of black blockers. Sport Galley takes the inside line, puts 4 more points up on the board for cvrd and close that gap. And Cordelia completed her first scoring pass, puts 4 points up on the board for the Dirty Orrs. And there we go, another 4 on the board for the 130 for Galley. Well, these Galleons do a really nice job there at the back of the pack, snacking around that green jammer. Fernandez to put another 4 points up on the board for cvrd. That's going to bring it that last jam, 16-point jam for cvrd. Score presently sitting at 48 to 62. That's still a pretty close game. We got 15 minutes left in the first half of this game. I believe that's Koshu going to be jamming for the Dirty Orrs and Stuff Leopard taking the line for cvrd. And there we go. Dirty Orrs have picked up the jam. Seeing a forearm penalty being assessed to, I think that's going to Joe Brett. She's going to go take a quick 30-second break. And the Dirty Orrs put another 4 points up on the board. There we go. Koshu sneaks by the outside line, puts up another 4 points, calls off the jam. Got a couple of shout-outs here that I'm going to read off. This first one says, "We love May Go Home" from Stella, Amy, and Michelle. This one says, "Dirty Orrs, go Rager 44." Speaking of 44, that's Tia and Tina on the jam line for cvrd. And number 8, Licious jamming once again for the Dirty Orrs. For cvrd, so she's going to go take a 30-second break in the penalty box. Nice footwork there from Tina. Allows her to put up another 4 points on the board. She sees that Dirty Orrs jammer out of the pack, falls off the jam. Dirty Orrs have called for a 1-minute timeout. They're going to take a quick breather. So I'm going to go ahead and read some shout-outs. This first one says, "Happy birthday, Toxic. They'll love Mom." Happy birthday, Toxic. I believe we're going to see the battle of the twos again. That's 22 Savage going to be driving for the Dirty Ones, and 222 Scuttlebutt Jibber Jabber taking the line for cvrd. Her initial pass, not on a scoring run. There we go. Scott breaks her way out at the front of the pack. She puts another 4 points up on the board for cvrd. Looks like that green pivot is going to come seat in the penalty box. Push through. Box. I believe that was a forearm as Scuttlebutt puts another 4 points up on the board for cvrd. Bit of a dive there in the back of the pack. She calls it off. 3 more points up on the board for cvrd. Taking the jam line for the Dirty Oars against Bernie Allen, number 138 for cvrd. Dirty Oars electing to take that front line down a couple of blockers. That allows her to stay right through and pick up the jam for cvrd. Both jammers now on the back to attack. A scoring run. Koshu doing a really nice job of controlling Fern there at the front attack. That allows Captain Cordelia to go ahead and pick up 4 points for the Dirty Oars as Fern is going to take a seat in the penalty box. It's going to leave the Dirty Oars in a power jam situation. This jam is going to go the full 2 minutes. I bought the smash it. Absolutely diabolical thing, dragging that jammer all the way to the back of the pack. She does manage to make it out though, and Cordelia puts another 4 points up on the board for the Dirty Oars. There we go. Fern is knocked to the inside of the pack once again. Nice job there from Lordy in the front of the pack, doing a little bit of backwards walking, see what she can do to stop that jammer from getting by. She does complete her pass, puts another 4 points up on the board for the Dirty Oars. Fern's still stuck there at the back of the pack, fighting that tight wall of green blockers. Terror in there, trying to see if she can disrupt that wall, try to help out her jammer. Another 4 points up on the board for Fern in cvrd. Looks like essentially is going to take a seat in the penalty box for this one. 1 more point on the board for the Dirty Oars as well. 13 points in the last jam for the Dirty Oars, 4 on the board for cvrd. That's going to bring the Dirty Oars to 84, 67 points on the board for cvrd. 9 minutes left in the first half. Looks like Licious is going to be taking the jam line once again for the Dirty Oars against number 44, Tina. And there we go. Tina picks up the jam. Got another shout out for her. It says number 44 on the court, number 1 in our hearts. And there we 2 for Tia and Tina in that last one. Looks like Savage and Scuttlebutt taking the jam line for the Dirty Orange and Security respectively. Scuttlebutt makes it first, picks up lead for cvrd. Santa Cruz now returning from the back. Sorry, the penalty box, returning to the track. Penalty box. And it looks like Scuttlebutt going to assess a track cut penalty. She's going to take a seat in the box for 30 seconds. She was beat jammed. This means we're going to go the full 2 minutes. We have seen a star pass, and that's Roddy Ramjet will be wearing the star for the Dirty Oars. And there we go. Randy takes the outside line. There's weaving her way through the pack. I want to smash ya, and Armin Sniper doing a nice job of not beating her. Front Sniper's going to drag her all the way to the back. Scuttle now return from the penalty box. Both jammers going to see if they can pick up some points. Nice footwork there from Randy. Randy puts 4 more points up on the board for Dirty Oars. Another 4 on board for Scuttle as well. Scuttle takes the inside line. Looks like a little accidental track cut happened there. She's going to take another 30-second break in the box. There we go. I want to smash it. Armin Slammer trying to see if they can get a hold of Ronnie there. She does put 4 more points on the board for the Oars. There is going to be another 3 points except for Scuttlebutt. So she's going to get awarded 3 points for the points she did earn legally in her last pass. The Dirty Oars are going to be starting in a power jam situation as Scuttle is currently seated in the penalty box. That's Koshu jamming for Dirty Oars. She has picked up the jam. And there we go, nice footwork for Koshu. She does manage to get 3 points up on the board. There's no pass in there. Sometimes you just don't pick up all the points on a pass through the pack. And there we go, Koshu calls it off. It looks like we're going to see Steph Leopard wearing the star for cvrd, and Cordelia will be jamming once again for the Dirty Oars. Charges her way through. She picks up the jam for the cvrd. People giving Cordelia a nice hit there at the front of the pack. She's going to drag her all the way to the back. No pass, no penalty being assessed there as a step puts another 4 points up on the board for cvrd. Rachel doing a nice job chasing Steph out there at the front. And Steph calls off the jam. I think we're seeing 2 points being assessed for the Dirty Oars in that last one. skates right by. She picks up lead jam for cvrd. Nice little apex jump there from Tina. Easy 4 points on the board. Tina now in for another scoring pass. She decides to take the outside line. She does put 4 more points up on the board. She sees Delicious coming around for a scoring pass and calls it off. Doing a really nice job closing the gap. 96 points on the board for cvrd and 103 on the board for the Dirty Doors. 7-point difference. We got about a minute and a half, so probably want maybe 2 more jams in the first half of this game. Looks like Fern Galley going to be taking the line for cvrd against Koshu for the Dirty Doors. And Koshu picked up lead jam for the Dirty Doors. Looks like Lana Smashing is going to take a seat in the penalty box. Fern as well. She's going to have a little 30-second break. Koshu just dived right into that pack, pushes her way through, puts another 4 points up on the board for the Dirty Doors. Nice stick moves there from Koshu. Another pass by on the inside line. 4 points on the board, and she calls it off. Does a nice job calling it just in time. It's going to allow the Dirty Doors to start in a power jam situation. But it is halftime, I believe. Got 17 seconds left. Sometimes if there's less than 30 seconds left, we'll call a little timeout just to get one more jam in. Will be starting in a power jam situation. Delicious is going to take the jam line, and Ivana Smash and Fern Galley presently seated in standing in the penalty box. Again, that means they have 10 seconds or less left on their penalty. But you can end the jam with the jammer in the box and the blocker. Gives you a way better chance of picking up the jam in the next one. So smart call-offs there from the Dirty Doors. And there we go, 4 more points on the board for the Dirty Doors. Fern now also, I believe, on a scoring run. 4 more points on the board for cvrd as well. Delicious now coming into the back of the pack. Nice hit out there from Bennett. Matt, number 47, nice job, chase that blocker out. And that's halftime. We're going to take a quick little break. Andy right has 1 skater currently standing in the box, and the Dirty Doors have 2 in the box. So those penalties do carry over to 2 halves. Looks like Tina has taken the jam line for cvrd, however, Delicious, number 8 for the Dirty Doors, picking up 8 jam. Tina being dragged to the back of the pack there by Koshu, however, she is issued a penalty. She's going to go take a seat in the box. Shabruzia being released from the penalty box. Alicia's still working her way through the pack. cvrd doing a nice job getting back together and holding her back. Nice strong wall of black blockers. She gets some nice footwork there, and she does manage to put 4 points up on the board for the Dirty Horse. Tina now returning from that penalty box. Dirty Horse doing a nice job getting back together. Seeing what they can do to stop her. I believe Tina is still on her initial pass as Alicia's is on a scoring run. And there we go. Tina has cleared her initial pass. Now eligible to score points, and Alicia's calls it off. Another 4 points up on the board for the Dirty Horse. Going to rate up to 125 for the Dirty Horse. 101 on the board for cvrd. 24 points. That's only 6 passes. Still pretty close game. cvrd is going to put Ivana Smashia, number 42, on the jam line. Up against Savage, number 22, going to be jamming for the Dirty Horse. Both walls very tight at this time. However, you see Steph out there in front of the pack playing some offense, trying to break that wall of green blockers up, see if she can help her teammate Ivana out there just a little bit. Laura Lambert once again doing a nice job dragging that black blocker to the back of the pack. It does allow the Dirty Horse to pick up the jam. Armin Slammer going to be taking a quick seat in the penalty box. And there we go, the jam is off. Score present listening at 125, once again, for the Dirty Horse, 100 on the board for cvrd. No points in that last jam awarded for either team. Looks like we're going to see Manic Mechanic from MAC, number 47, jamming for cvrd, up against Captain Cordelia, number 2. A good old school start there. Normally moving back all the way up the jam line. It's nice to see him up there at the pivot line. That is the furthest thing allowed to start forward. And it looks like Mac has picked up green jam for cvrd. Nope. Never mind. Mac is being set to the penalty box. Slammer now returning from her penalty. Cordelia going to see if she can pick up some points here. Those cvrd blockers doing a nice job reforming and pulling back those skaters. Road Ranger trying to distract Steph Double there in front of the pack. Seeing if she can help her jammer. Returning from the penalty box, knocks Sriracha down there at the back of the pack. Does, however, get recycled to the back here by Laura. Initial pass, so no points for cvrd. However, the Dirty Horse do manage to put another 4 points up on the board. And here we go, Santa Cruz taking out that black blocker to see if she can drag her to the back of the pack. Looks like she's going to the box for that one. Another 4 points up on the board for Mac and cvrd. 2 points on the board for the Dirty Horse in that last jam. like stunt double's going to be taking a seat in the penalty box. Tina calls off the jam. She does put another 2 points up on the board for cvrd. It looks like Steph Leopard is going to be taking the jam line for cvrd. And that's number 8, Licious, going to be jamming for the Dirty Oars. Just a quick official timeout. So I'm going to go ahead and talk to you guys about the official charity today. If you see over there by the entrance to the rink, you'll find our friends at North Lakes Community Clinic. Their vision is healthy, prosperous, engaged communities where everyone thrives, and their mission is to respond to the healthcare needs of our communities with an integrated array of quality services that actively remove barriers to wellness. If you want to learn more about North Lake Clinics, you can visit them at nlccwi.org or visit them over there at their booth under the Volume 1 sign at the entrance to the rink. And it sounds like we are ready to return to Derby. And there we go, they're off. Again, that's Steph Leopard on the line for cvrd and Licious jamming for the Dirty Oars. And the Oars make it up first. And a lead jam. Nice swipe there at the front of the pack from Ronnie Ramjet. Sending Steph back just a little bit. She does complete her initial pass though, as Licious is on her way through a scoring run. She sees Steph approaching back to the pack, picks up her points and calls it off. 4 more points on the board for the Dirty Oars. Looks like that's number 22, Savage, going to be jamming for the Dirty Oars against Lord Starquad. That's 40 jamming for cvrd, number 99, and Black taking the line for cvrd. Lots of pushing and shoving, lots of fast feet. Oh, there we go. Dirty Oars from the sideline, picking up the jam for the green team. Lordy knocks to the outside there by Koshu, being dragged all the way to the back of the pack. Bird going to take a quick seat in the penalty box as Savage makes her way through the pack. Puts another 4 points up on the board for the Dirty Oars. Lordy does complete her initial pass. Savage calls off the jam. Looks like we're going to see Cordelia jamming for the Dirty Oars against TNT, number 44, jamming for cvrd. And there we go. Tina has picked up the jam for cvrd. Cordelia is still stuck there at the front of that pack. cvrd doing a nice job reforming and holding back that green jammer. Tina takes the outside line. She is knocked out by Shabuzier, comes right back in. Does a little bit of weaving, and she does manage to pick up 3 points. Looks like she had a no pass on that last one. Tina takes doing some backwards blocking with an assist from Joan Brett there up at the front of the pack. Doing a great job holding back for Delia, allows Tina to put another 4 points up on the board for CRD. And we have seen a successful star pass. You'll notice number 101 Shabruzi now putting on that green star for the Dirty Horse. As Tina puts another 4 points up on the board for CRD, going to see if she can close that gap. Fern, Threat, and Scuttle doing a nice job there from that pack. Holding back Shabruzia, not for long. She puts another 4 points up on the board for the Dirty Horse. Another 3 points for Tina, I believe, in that last one as well. Doing a nice job closing that gap. Dirty Horse calling a quick timeout. So I'm going to go ahead and read out a couple more shout outs here. This one says, meow, to Pitbull from Ricky. That's her cat, you guys. This one says, from Breaker. Thank you, Walmart crew, some fans in the audience. This one, I cannot agree more. Sugar plus Breaker equals brick wall. How many moms do we have out in the audience today? Moms, let's see your hands. Yeah, let's get a round of applause for our moms. Thanks for choosing to share your day with us today. We really appreciate your being here. Looks like our minute is up. We're ready to return to Derby. I think that's Matt on the line. I have a shout out for Matt here too. It says they're going to panic when they see Manic Mechanic. Matt takes the jam line up against Delicious, number 8, the Dirty Horse. CVRD right away. Savage taking that inside line. She completes her initial pass as well. Tina now on the scoring pass. Looks like Tina's going to go take a seat in the box. That means this jam is going to go the full 2 minutes. Nice hit there from Margaret Slamber in the front of the pack, knocking Savage to the outside. Going to see how far she can drag her back. Stretch that pack out as far as she can. Those oars blockers doing a nice job playing some offense there. Nice swipe there in front of the pack from Tara as well. Marcus Slammer knocking out Savage at the front once again. That allows Tina to take the inside line. She puts 4 points up on the board for CVRD. And Vernon this time taking Savage out on the inside line. Allows Tina to put another 4 points up on the board. Looks like Tina's got another no pass on that last one. She's got 3 points instead of 4. It's okay, that happens sometimes. 4 more points up on the board for Savage in the oars. Tina takes the outside path this time. She manages to get another 4 points up on the board for CVRD. I believe we're seeing a direction of gameplay penalty being assessed to number 44 Rangers. She's going to take a quick seat in the box as that jam ends. 2 more points up on the board of 14 on CVRD. That was a good one, 17 points. That is going to bring the score to 148 CVRD, 154 on the board for the Dirty Oars, only 6 points apart. Looks like we're seeing an official timeout. Make sure you head on over to the table over there in the corner of the rink to get your raffle tickets and shout outs. I'm going to go ahead and rate some more of those. This one says, for Matt, your family from Maury's, we love you. Another Mother's Day shout out here. This one says, happy Mother's Day, Rhonda. Love your daughter, Beckley. Aww. While the officials keep doing their thing, I'm going to tell you about another official sponsor of CVRD, Toppers, feeding hungry, Chippewa Valley Road skaters since like the beginning of time. Toppers Pizza is always our first choice for our after-bout food. Speaking of after-bout party, our change of location from our previous, we're going to be over at the 410 bar today, which is located at 420 Galloway Street. Again, that's the 410 bar at 420 Galloway Street. Scuttlebutt on the jam line for CVRD, and I think that's Coach Shoe Jamming has picked up the lead jam for the Dirty Oars. Scuttle's got that corner covered in her hand, and she has completed her initial pass. And there we go, Coach Shoe has picked up another 4 points for the Dirty Oars. Scuttle now coming for a scoring run. Coach Shoe says, no way, she calls it off. No points in that last pass. Still only 10 points between these two teams. 148 on the board for CVRD and 158 on the board for the Dirty Oars. And it looks like Cordelia is going to be taking the jam line for the Oars up against Matt, number 47, going to be jamming for cvrd. Oars blockers decide to take the front, and there we go. Matt charges her way, and she gets up lead jam for cvrd. Both jammers now out on their scoring pass. Matt will come in and see if they can pick up some points. As she completes her scoring run, calls off the jam. 4 more points on the board for cvrd. Once again, back to a 6-point game. cvrd. Lots of shout outs for Tina. This one says, go number 44. Although we have a couple of those, so I think that applies to major as well. Tina picking up lead jam for cvrd. Corey Lish is still there at the back of the pack, chased out by Stunt Double. Esky giving her a bit of a run for her money there. She does manage to clear her initial pack. Tina putting 4 more points up on the board for cvrd. Lish is giving her team an order to charge, see if she can swarm those black walkers. Tina calls it off though, no points in that last pass. Steph Leopard going to be wearing the star for cvrd. That's number 15 against Koshu, number 110. Jamming for the Dirty Oars. Swinging nice there at the front of the pack. That allows Koshu to pick up the lead jam for the Dirty Oars. She stays backward into the back and just puts another 2 points up on the board for the Dirty Oars in that last pass. Nothing for cvrd in that last one. Savage will be jamming once again for the Oars up against TNT, number 44. Another good Mother's Day shout out here. This one says, kids, do your chores. Love Dad. Savage knocked to the inside line there by Stella, looks like. Tina being recycled to the back of the pack as well. And Tina makes it out first. She picks up lead jam for cvrd. Want to see if she can help close that gap. Tina being dragged to the back of the pack by Shabuzi there, while Stunt Double Stella doing a beautiful job holding back Savage there. They did a nice job rotating and recycling. Tina does manage to pick up another 4 points. She's coming in for another scoring pass. And we have seen a star pass. Tina Shabuzi now wearing the star. Tina sees that, puts 4 more points up on the board and calls it off. We have a tie game, folks. seconds. That's going to leave Cordelia in a power jam situation. She's managed to put another 4 points up on the board for the horse. Tara doing a nice job there, trying to hold her back, bouncing down there at the front of the pack. Just trying to buy some time until that black blocker can get out of the penalty box, pick up some more points. I'm seeing a track cut penalty being assessed to Cordelia now. This is going to be a cvrd in a power jam situation. Let's see what Matt can do here at the back of the pack. From the pack from Horseshoe, taking Mac out, Laura Gregg all the way to the back of the pack. Four more points up on the board for cvrd. Score still sitting at 171 for the New Yorkers, 168 for cvrd. Still very close game. Super close so far. Looks like the Dirty Horse are calling for a quick timeout. So I'm going to go ahead and read a couple more shoutouts. This one says, "Go Terror!" Break of Breaker. Yes, love that. This one says, "Go Scar Quad, go! We love you!" This one says, "20-point Tina, go Madam President." If you don't know, Tina is the current president of Triple Valley Roller Derby. This one says, "Lori MVP, we love you!" This one says, "Current Galley, great twinkle toes." Sounds like you're getting ready for this jam. Tina and Tina going to be in a power jam situation for cvrd. And Cordelia and Laura sitting over to the penalty box at this time. Cordelia's standing, so she's got less than 10 seconds left. Looks like Tina is being assessed a back block penalty. She is going to go take a seat in the box. Cordelia now out. She is eligible to earn, even if you start in the box, you are still eligible to earn the jam. So we'll see if Cordelia can pick up the lead for the Dirty Horse. Breaker, Scarfly, and Scuttle doing a nice job really controlling Cordelia there in front of the pack. Laura doing a nice job knocking Scuttle out of the way, trying to help out her jammer. That allows Cordelia to skate by and pick up the jam for the Dirty Horse. Tina now back in from the box as well. Nice backward blocking there from Cordelia. She's at the front of the pack. Tina does make it out on her initial pass. Cordelia calls off the jam. Looks like one more point being awarded to the Dirty Horse in that last pass. Score presently sitting at 172 for the Horse and 168 on the board for cvrd. Only 4 points between the two teams. Looks like we're having another timeout here for cvrd. This game is very close, very intense so far. You guys enjoying watching roller derby for the first time? First timers, how's it going? Yes, you guys are having fun. I love that. there. The first one is for the Whipped Up Penalties visual guide. So when you see the officials out there making all these crazy hand signals, you can scan that first QR code and it'll teach you kind of what's going on, so you can kind of see what penalties they might be being assessed. Help you learn that zebra sign language there. And the other one is for Roller Derby 101. So if you missed my opening spiel or just didn't really understand kind of how the game works, you can go ahead and scan that QR code and see if it might help you learn a little bit more about what's going on here. Looks like we are almost ready to return to roller derby here. Looks like I'm seeing Steph Leopard on the line for cvrd. And I believe that's Savage jamming for the Dirty Horse. And it looks like Savage has picked up the jam for the Dirty Horse, and Steph is going to take a quick seat in the penalty box. I believe that was a low block, if I'm not mistaken. I realized they didn't talk about a lot of the rules, so you can't do certain things like clotheslining, tripping and shoving. Those kinds of things are all illegal, even if it happens accidentally. If it impacts the game or for fairness or safety, release into the box for that. So totally makes sense. 4 more points up on the board. 3 points on the board for the Dirty Horse in that last pass. Score presently sitting at 175 for the Dirty Horse, 168 for cvrd. We got about 3.5 minutes left in the second half of this game. Steph presently standing in the penalty box, so it looks like the Dirty Horse will be starting in a in a power jam situation. That's Koshu wearing the star for the green team. Stunt double capturing that jammer there at the front impact. She does manage to pick up the jam for the Dirty Horse. Steph now back in on her initial pass from that penalty box. As Koshu takes the outside, see if she can break through that pack. Nice discipling there from cvrd. Have to let her go. She puts another 4 points up on the board for the Dirty Horse. Steph almost out of the pack there, but it's caught there in the front of the pack by Shibuya, and now being dragged to the back by Fergalicious. Koshu being dragged back by Arden Slammer. We have seen a successful star pass on cvrd. You'll notice Fern Galley, number 138, now wearing the star for cvrd. And a nice whip there from Star Double. I love seeing that kind of teamwork. Gets burned through on their initial pass. Both jammers now in for a scoring run. Koshu calls it off. 3 points for Koshu and the oars in that last pass, none for cvrd. We got about 1.5 minutes left, so we probably have 1, maybe 2 more minutes before halftime. There's still only 14 points. That's 4 passes. And 4 passes if you can pass, so it's still pretty close game. Tina jamming for cvrd up against Cordelia for the Dirty Horse. Tina comes out first, picks up the jam for cvrd. Tina takes the outside route. She puts 4 points up on the board. She's going to run it. She could call it off if she wants. She decides not to. She trusts her block as a safe for Cordelia. And seeing direction and gameplay being assessed there for Ronnie Ramjet. For Taylor, it does manage to another 40 points over on the course. Tina picking up 4 for CVRD as well. For Tina. Only 6 points between these two teams right now. And here we go, 4 more points on the board for Tina and CVRD. This is currently a 2-point game.